And here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have Presto here, the last Dungeons and Dragons figure we are taking a look at here.
Now, Presto, he was a good magician. Musician. Not musician. Help me say it. Not a musician. A magician. Magician. Yeah.
Yes, magician.
I think there's maybe only one or two words that change up the whole thing. But anyway, he was a good team member. He cast spells, sometimes didn't get it right, but then it all worked out in the end. And then sometimes he doubted his cast abilities to cast out spells from his hat. Sometimes he asked for a rope and got a cow. So I mean, it's just one of these deals where he had to learn and grow through his abilities in the cartoon. I mean, he did get better. And right there at the end, he got really good. So, but he was always a team player, and he was there for his team.
Yeah.
To help them out in any way he could.
Yeah. So taking a look at the box, the same as usual. The kids on the roller coaster in the dragon's mouth there. 40 years, Dungeons and Dragons. You have the figure here and the picture of the artwork picture of the character. You have his die, his name, and warnings, and his bio here on the side. Says here, Presto the magician tries his best to aid the team with magic and items from his hat of many spells.
Right. And like I said, and that I didn't even have to read the bio. I just remember it from the past. Like I said, he was a good team player. He was there for the whole team. And but this is one of the things that he had to learn and grow through. And you'll see that in the cartoon when you watch it. It's one of these deals where it's not as simple as Bobby having his big barbarian club. Presto is something that he had to work through, learn, and just after trial and error, just make it, the spells cast make sense of what the team needed at the time.
And now we're going to open him up. And, of course, warnings here.
Yeah, we already covered the wings. Just don't eat anything. You'll be okay.
And here's the figure.
There he is.
Which we're going to see if he can stand on his own. And if not, we have something that will make him stand. Okay, just getting his feet situated here. Okay, his feet, from what I can tell, are a soft ratchet. And there we go. He actually stands.
Yay.
And I don't think he comes with swappable hands. These are the only hands you get.
Mm-hmm.
But here is Presto here. And he actually stands really good on his own. Unlike, of course, Eric.
Okay.
Did you notice something?
Yeah, I'm looking at that finger. I think it's a little crooked. His pointer finger. But I'm not. Maybe that's just me. But it looks a little crooked. I think it's not supposed to be that bent. I think it needs to be a little bit straightened out.
On the box, the fingers straighten some.
I don't know. Let's just go. Let's see. I don't know. Just looks a little off. Looks a little off.
We don't know if the finger is adjusted correctly, but we'll have to see if it is or not when we get to the accessories.
Yes, you are correct.
But let's take a closer look at the figure. So, up close on the head sculpt. The head sculpt is, of course, really nicely done. And the glasses, as you can see, are just molded into the head itself. Which I would have liked if the glasses were a separate piece instead of just sculpted and molded onto the face itself, but that's just me. Yeah, they're sculpted onto the plastic. But the hair does look nice here. And of course the eyes are nicely clean and cleanly painted. And going down to his uniform here, just all green. And you do have his robe, or
his waist robe, his waistband.
Waistband.
His waistband. And okay, this little pouch right here, what it represents is sometimes he'll put stuff in that little bitty pocket that's in that pouch right there. And that's some of the stuff that he uses to cast spells and stuff like that. And it's just a little bitty collection, little pouch that he has. So.
But of course it is sculpted on his uniform. It doesn't remove off of him.
Yes.
And you do have some teal paint on the collar here, all around here.
So this is like a robe, a magical robe that he has.
Yes.
That he has on. I mean, he's learning. He's supposed to be a wizard, but the problem is that he's actually learning how to be a wizard. He's not. He learns as he goes through the cartoon. So.
And his legs are just all teal, and of course the skirt piece of the robe is made out of a rubbery material. And that is it. And for articulation, head is on a ball joint, yes. But the ball joint on this is a little bit too tight. Well, a little tighter than the others we've reviewed, but just be very careful with it. But the base of the neck is on a hinge joint, so he can look up about that far and can look down really good. Arms rotate all the way around, move in and out. You do have an elbow swivel, a soft ratcheted elbow joint, wrist swivel, waist can move, and
A little bit of pivot.
and you do have a little bit of a pivot and only a little bit of an ab crunch due to the way it's sculpted. And I think it is on a ball joint because it does have a little bit of pivoting to it. So I think it is on a ball joint. Now for the legs, they do have some articulation to them, but due to the skirt piece, it does hinder it. So I'm gonna try and show y'all what I can. Okay, the legs are on ball joints, and the knees do. Okay, they do bend, but they're on a single joint, not a double joint. But you do have feet articulation that moves up and down, and some ankle pivot. So the articulation is there, but for the upper body, you have a lot of playability, but for the lower body, like the legs, the knees, not so much, because of the skirt piece getting in the way.
Okay. Now, I need to ask you a question. Can his hair come off? Let's see. Can his hair separate? Let's see if it can pull off. I'm curious. Then why? Or is it just molded on there? Okay.
Okay.
Then that's what I'm trying to see.
Oh,
That's
there we go.
okay. Okay.
Yes, it does come off.
Now he looks really got it. Okay. Yeah.
And and yes, he does look like he's completely bald.
Okay.
But the reason why his hair comes off is because for the accessories that he comes with, you do get another hair piece with this thing sticking up. And I will show y'all why that's sticking up. You can see there. And to show y'all, yes. The difference is that this has this thing sticking up here. And this is for his hat here. So you just tap it in like this, but make sure you line it up in the correct spot here. I'm gonna have to zoom in here. So you want it to line it up just like this. So you have that there.
Correct.
So now he looks like
A wizard.
a wizard.
Yes.
And he kind of fell over.
Yes.
And he does have some, come with some effect parts for him. And that is this thing here and this thing as well.
Now, that is for when you take off his hat and you put it in his hand.
Yes.
Yeah, we can leave that part on.
And this effect part attaches the same hole and tab. Just have to line it up in the correct position here. So it looks like that. And you would take this and fit it into this gripping hand, which should look something like this. But the box says, the way the box has it is you're supposed to have him hold it somewhat like this. But I think what you're supposed to do is have him hold it like a torch. Now for this thing here,
Okay.
for this part, it has that clip here, which clips around this pointing finger here.
It should go around his wrist.
Yes, just like that.
Now.
Oh, but
Okay.
but I think you need to. Yes, it should do something like this.
And what you're going to do is take the hat out, take that part off right here, pull it out,
Okay.
and then take this, angle it down, and put this piece in there.
Okay, so so you have like two options for the effect part. You could either have him with just this in the hat, but if you want to use this, you have to, of course, clip it onto his wrist here with the pointing finger. And this one has the same tab that goes into the same hole here.
Right.
Of course, just line it up.
There you go. Put it in the hat first. There you go.
But, but of course, you, you have to. It is like a little kind of fiddly to do. There we go. Should look something like this.
Yes.
I know it's not really accurate, but oh,
Let's see here. Let's see here.
I almost had it.
Let's see here. Let me just see what I can do right here. That's holding on to the hat right there.
Here we go.
That's holding on to the hat. And then this right here. As soon as I can get it around his wrist, we will have contact.
Here we go. Here we go.
It does fit like the way I have it in his hand right there.
Yes.
That he can grip his hat. But right now he's being kind of thrown off. Yay! He almost took a head plunge smooth off of there. Yay!
But I caught him.
You did. You caught him. So he can hold his hat. We just have to put it right there in his fingers. And
there we go. So it should look something like this. And you can see his hand gripping onto the hat there.
Right.
With this effect part around him.
Mm-hmm.
And there he is. With, and of course, he comes with the little die, which is this triangle shaped die thing.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you have the numbers.
So we're gonna go ahead and take this off, but he can hold it in his fingers right there. We're gonna take this off, pull it off.
I would have liked if this figure came with like some interchangeable hands and other stuff instead of the ones he comes with, but that's just my opinion. And I wish the glasses were a separate piece instead of just molded onto the face. There we go.
That is Presto.
Yes.
Presto was a likable guy throughout the whole cartoon. He wasn't like Eric, where he was totally just so brashious. Presto pretty much got along with everybody the best that he could. Now,
Yes.
sometimes him and Eric would get off into a tiff, but that was just a clash of two separate, you know, um, two separate egos there and stuff like that. So, but I mean, Presto was always there for the team, and he always worked well with the others. He never really complained or, sure, he would say something here and there, but he wouldn't be like, let's duke it out. He was pretty much calm, easygoing, kind of like, well, whatever. So, go ahead.
So, I guess we will be back with our final thoughts here.